Hi, Gemini. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what is going on with you and your new love in your love life. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. So, overall energy for this week's reading, Gemini, is the moon. This is Cancer and Pisces energy. It's ruled by Pisces, but I say Cancer too because Cancer is actually ruled by the planet, the moon. Okay, so with the moon card, this is talking about secrets. It can talk about illusion. It can speak of someone drowning in their emotions. Okay, underneath this is the Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. This, you see, it says under the bottom, scarcity mindset. This can talk about like holding on really tightly to something, like in a jealous or possessive way, because you may feel like you're going to lose it. This could be you trying to hold on to something, or this could be the twin coming up into your reading. I have no control over if the twin shows up or not. If spirit wants to tell you something about the twin, then we're going to talk about the twin. So you have a choice. Either you can watch it or not watch it. But if it's coming up, it is because somebody in this collective needs to hear what is being said. Okay. But like I said, that's what this can talk about. Can also talk about holding yourself back emotionally. Okay. Underneath this is the Ace of Wands. This can speak of communication. It can also speak of like the truth, like you wanting the truth. So I feel like that's a big thing for you, that you have not been getting the truth when it comes to your love life, specifically with old love. Okay, so with this new person, I feel like that's what you're going to get, is you're going to get the truth and you're going to get that communication. Okay, and then underneath this is the Knight of Pentacles. This is, the two of you slowly moving together, you and the soulmate, you and the new person. Okay, all right, yeah, so we're going to start by clarifying the moon. Hold on. Okay, so we've got the chaos card showing up here for you. So you're going through a period of turmoil at this point when it comes to your love life. Okay. I feel like, this may be happening in secret. You may not be letting anybody know that this is going on. Okay. And that may be why the moon is here. You could be drowning in your emotions because, you know, Geminis can be more logic minded. I'm not saying that you don't have, you're not, inclined to feel your emotions or anything like that. Not saying that at all, but I'm saying you tend to focus more on logic a lot of times, and probably being, I don't know, enveloped in your emotions can have you in this chaotic period, or it could just be you, not getting what you want in a timely manner. Okay, because we know this is divinely timed um, relationship that's coming. And so you may want it yesterday, but you have to realize that, things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. Okay. Underneath this, we have the vulnerable card. All right. Let me clarify this. I want to see if this is, can you clarify the vulnerable card, please, Spirit? Okay. So this is about, I feel like this is both. This is both the old love and the new love. So we got the vulnerable card here. Like I told you, your soulmate has gone through things just like you have. And I feel like both of you are struggling to remain vulnerable, because the first thing you want to do, I don't care if if you're a water sign, an air sign, whatever element you are, earth sign, or so on and so forth. The first thing you want to do when somebody hurts your feelings is shut down, because that's what's causing you the pain. It's the fact that you opened yourself up to somebody and you got kicked in the chest. So I feel like with this return card, Spirit is telling you, because the reason why I'm saying it's both is because with the TF, this person is coming back to try to claim you because they don't want you to move on. But you've also got this soulmate coming in that is a past life connection. So they're returning as well. They're just returning to you in a new life. Okay. And so it's about vulnerability because like we talk about, the twin has been hurt because of their issues in the past. And then the new person has been hurt because of the last relationship they were in. I got to review these things for the new people that are coming in, because I got a lot of new people that are showing up in my readings and they need to understand what is happening. Okay. So the next clarification card is the soulmates card. So again, this is Spirit talking about a soul connection between you and a new person, a partnership, a soul contract, a new life partner coming into your life. Because a lot of you thought you were going to end up with the TF, but you got somebody new showing up that you have a soul contract with. And this is about you and this person figuring out how to come together, in divine timing. Okay. All right. So the first card we have here is the Eight of Pentacles. This is representing where you are right now. So it says work in progress, right at the bottom. So I feel like, a lot of you are trying to work on yourselves. You are trying to become better. All right. You are trying to prepare yourself for this new person that is coming in. Okay. Let's clarify. Yeah, you're ascending. Okay. Spirit is saying here, you're learning, having a lot of learning and expansion, a lot of transcendence. You're preparing for union, like I said. And, this is going to be a new phase in your life. Yeah. Okay. A lot of you are focusing on your mission, focusing on what you're here to do. If you're not doing that, that is what Spirit is recommending that you do. New people that are coming in that are Gemini, Spirit is saying that you have to detach, or it's recommended. Let me say this. It's recommended because at the end of the day, you have free will. You can do whatever it is you want to do. Those of you who are coming in, you dealt with a twin flame. Spirit is saying that if you want to be with someone new, who treats you better, who loves you the way you deserve to be loved, this is about you detaching from that old person and working on healing yourself so you can open up to the new person that's coming in. So with the mission work card, you're here to do certain things, okay? That's what was supposed to happen between you and your twin. You were supposed to come together on a specific mission. But now, for a lot of you who are choosing to walk away from the twin, you're heading towards new people, new soulmates with whom you're going to accomplish this mission with. And so in order for that to happen, it's going to require, you to heal from the triggers that the twin brought out in you and things from the past that were brought out in you. Okay. Like I said, it's people want to say that I'm repeating what I'm saying. I'm repeating because there are people that need to hear this information. This is not a personal reading. It is a general reading. So whatever Spirit brings out, that's what we're going to talk about. So either you can rock with it, or you can roll on. It's your choice. Okay. So we got the separation card showing up here. All right. This is talking about, at this time, you and your soulmate being in separation. It's still the same dynamic, even though you're not trying to be with your twin flame anymore, because a lot of people are assuming that because you're no longer with that old person, that you don't have to heal yourself, that you don't have to go through the stages that you've had to go through with your twin. But that's not true. You still have to heal yourself, because this is about you learning how to be healthy, independent of the connection, and then that's what's going to bring you together. Your person's going to have to be healthy too, and that's what's going to bring the two of you together into a healthy interdependent connection. Because like I said, you're only as strong, the connection is only as strong as each individual member. Okay. All right. Okay, so when it comes to the card we have for your person, we've got the Eight of Cups here. Okay, it's saying, they're evolving, so they're walking away from something. I feel like this is just them talking about, Spirit talking about your new person, this soulmate, walking away from a relationship or a way of life that they have been in for a long period of time. It could have been 8 months, it could have been 8 years for some of them. A lot of 8 weeks. It could have been a lot of different time frames, because this is a collective reading. Okay. All right. And then when this person is walking away, it's because they were not fulfilled. They thought that whoever they were with, or whatever lifestyle they were living, was going to be fulfilling to them, but for whatever reason, it wasn't. And so this is about them heading towards the Nine of Cups, which is their wish fulfillment, and then after that, the Ten of Cups, which is, the happiness, the family, all of those things. Okay, so let's clarify. Eight of Cups. Okay, so Phoenix is what we're coming. This is like the Scorpio card. So your person may have Scorpio placements, or you could have, or you both could have. So it's talking about, a new phase coming up for your person. So it's like, they've hit rock bottom, I feel like, when it comes to their love life. It could be in other areas of their life as well. And now they're rising up like a phoenix, coming out of the ashes like a brand new person. And I feel like the same thing is happening to you because the two of you are mirroring each other. So, this is about, your person also changing their mind, because as I've told you before, this person had decided to give up on love, and they were like, okay, if I'm in all these relationships and they're never working out, I need to let this go and, move on and continue to be by myself, because this is not someone they wanted to be. I feel like they wanted to be in a relationship. That was their end goal. But I feel like this person has put work and other responsibilities ahead of love for a very long time, even though, in the background, they were looking for the person they wanted to be with. Okay. And so whoever it was with that last person they found, pretty much, I hear ghosted in my head for some reason. So, this person wore a mask and did a lot of the things that the twin did to you. And so because of that, they have to recover from it, just like you have to recover from the scars or the wounds that you picked up with the person you were dealing with. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Okay. Yeah. See, they're getting ready to come towards you. You are showing up on their side as, as the soulmate. You are their wish fulfillment. And then the two of you are manifesting each other with the manifest card. They are planning on how to come towards you, because as I've told you, this person already knows who you are, already has feelings for you. They are just preparing themselves for the inevitable, reunion between the two of you. And I'm saying reunion because, as I just told you before, with the return card, this was about, somebody coming back from your past, a past life. Okay. And then I've also told y'all that for some of you, it could be somebody that you already know, and you may not have been romantically involved with them. It could be a friend from high school. It could be somebody that you know at work. Like I said, somebody from the same friend group. I tell you this because, hold on, let me see if I can find this real quick. I got a comment from somebody. Okay. I took a picture of it in my phone to make sure that I had it, because I'm reading it for every sign. So this is someone who watches my channel on a regular basis. Okay, this is their comment. This was like from last week. They say, "You're so right with the return. My person from the past was just a friend from high school, and we're doing really well, and he's presently my soulmate. I had to leave the toxicity behind, and my soulmate came right on in as soon as I changed my frequency and vibration. Your past could be anyone, so listen to the reader, guys. It doesn't have to be someone you were in a relationship with, just like she said. Have faith and know that the divine has someone for you that is better. But make room for it by ridding yourself of all and anybody or anything that is not serving you for your highest good." Okay? So I'm reading that to you so you know that just because somebody's coming back from your past, and if it was this life, it doesn't have to be somebody you were romantically attracted, you were romantically involved with. Okay. A lot of you are shooting stuff down and you don't even know who the hell it is yet. So I feel like spirit is kind of, smacking you on the ass a little bit and telling you, chill out. See who it is first before you turn and run for the damn hills, because you don't know who it is. Okay. You have no idea who it is until the person shows up, but the person knows who you are. And then a lot of you are out here trying to figure out who it is before it's time for you to find out who it is. And I'm telling you, spirit is not going to let you know anything until it's time for you to know. Stop trying to take your hands off the wheel. Stop trying to control this. You have no control over it. Okay? Detach from what is going on. And when I say detach, I'm not saying for you, Gemini, to just be like, oh, fuck it, ain't nobody coming or whatever. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm telling you to do is to focus on what you need to focus on. Focus on being the best Gemini can be, so that when this person comes in, you're ready to be in a connection with them, or you're at least sitting in an energy where you can be receptive of the person. You don't have to, like I said, just because spirit is bringing somebody forth to you, okay, and just because it's somebody from the past, you still have free will. You don't have to accept or reject. You don't have to accept anybody if that's not what you want. But at least keep an open enough mind to see who the hell it is before you say something. Because what if you sitting around and you like, oh, I don't want to be this and that, because I didn't I tell y'all my story. I told y'all I wanted a black man because I'm black. Okay, well, I'm not primarily black. I got some other stuff, but the majority of me is black. Okay, and so I wanted a black man, and I was just adamant about that because I was like, oh, this and that. Because I mean, I've dated other races in the past. I don't have a problem with anybody. I'm not somebody that's like militant. Oh, it gotta be, it gotta be. It's because I guess I've become older. A lot of things are going on in the world, and I like to have people around me who identify with what I go through. Okay, because I feel like not everybody can identify with everybody else's not necessarily plight, but everybody else's situation. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about race and all the things that go on and stuff like that. And I feel like some stuff I can't explain. You have to just understand. Okay. And so the person that came up, I told y'all this. When they started telling me who it was, I was like, that's not what I asked for. I asked for a black man, this and that, this and that, this and that. And I was so bad. I was livid. That's why I'm telling y'all this, because this happened to me. I did the same thing. And then when they showed me the person, I was like, okay, okay. And when I listened to them and saw the type of person they were, I was like, okay, I can do, this is good. I can get down with this or whatever. But at first, oh, I was angry. I was like, don't you dare. If it ain't not black, I don't want them, this and that. I was saying the same stuff y'all were. And then come to find out now, this person is an amazing person. And I'm glad that spirit chose the person that they chose. So that's why I'm telling you, don't shoot your own damn self in the foot. See who it is first before you do this. That's why I told you a lot of things I tell y'all. The reason why I tell you this, Gemini, is because I've done it or been through it. And I understand how you feel. I understand you want to have a say in your love life. But like I said, we signed up for some shit on the other side where we don't always have a say. And that may sound, be messed up. You may feel like it's fucked up, but it is what it is. We signed up for it. Now we got to live it. Okay. As long as we here in these bodies. So this is about trust too. It's about you trusting yourself. It's about you trusting your higher self, trusting your soul, trusting your spiritual team to know what's better. Because think about it, Gemini. Come on now, we're going to talk about it. You've had many times to choose who you wanted to be with, right? You've had many times all throughout your life to choose the people that you were with, right? And where you at? You sitting here by yourself, done been through some shit with somebody treating you fucked up, okay, for the umpteenth time. So I'm saying all of this to say, now it's like spirit is like, okay, you tried it, we let you do it, now move out the way and let us show you what's really going on or what you really need, okay? Because I keep trying to tell y'all, we can only see this much of what is going on in our lives. Spirit can see the whole picture. They can see our side, they can see your person's side, they can see the old person, the twin flame side, they can see everything. So why wouldn't they know better, right? Why wouldn't they know? And then they can see certain outcomes. Why you think I'm able to read the things that I'm reading? Because I feel like from what I've heard, from what I know, it's like when I'm reading, it's like 5 different possible outcomes to a situation, right? And depending on what part of the collective I'm reading for, I think spirit gives me like three of them, or sometimes it's 2 of them, because sometimes 2 different cards will fall out for the same placement, and I'll tell you it's split, right? So I'm telling you this because they can see shit we can't fucking see. So who are we to tell them, oh, you don't know what you're doing? Let me do it. Because like I said, you've had all your life to do it, Gemini. And where are you? We all in the same spot. So that pig-headedness, that hard-headed stubbornness, you got to let that go in this situation, because at the end of the day, the question is, do you want to be right, or do you want to be motherfucking happy and be loved? Those are the questions. So you got to tell you got to tell yourself, and you got to tell spirit what your answer is, because it's things are not always going to work out the way you want them to. Everybody's not going to come in the package you want them to come in, okay? But at the end of the day, if you being loved and you being cared for, and you having the experience you want to have, what does it matter if it's going to be different from what it is you want? Because I would rather have somebody show up differently than the way that I expected, but love the fuck out of me and treat me good, rather than have somebody that was everything visually I wanted that treated me like shit. Think about that. That's some crazy shit there. Oh, I want this, for me to sit there and say, I want this black man, but he treat me like shit, but let's go with the black man. No, Gemini, that's crazy. So like I said, I had to give myself a shake. So now I'm giving your ass a shake here. I'm shaking you. You need to have a come to Jesus moment and realize, if your picker was a good picker, we wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here with me. You'd be cuddled up with your person, loving life and having a good time. But because your picker is not good, and I'm not saying that to put y'all down or anything like that, because my picker wasn't good either. Like I told you, everything that I say to y'all, I'm talking to me too. So I'm saying this, I'm talking to every sign when I say stuff like this. So you got to realize, if it's something going on with the way you handling stuff, that's why you have a spiritual team to correct you when you're off course. And so the people that we were picking were keeping us off course. Because look at the shit that the twin was doing. Think about how you felt. Think about how this person chipped away at your self-esteem and made you feel like fucking shit. Spirit don't want you in no situation like that. Like I said, they'll put you in stuff or allow you to be in things to learn your lesson. But once the lesson is done, that's it. We're not about, not at least intuitive tarot, we're not about enforced punishment or enforced enforced things, doing things, enforced hurt, enforced pain, like continually hurting ourselves, or continually, doing things to ourselves when we know damn well what the outcome is going to be if we keep doing the same thing. That's why I tell y'all about the twin all the time, to let you know, when this motherfucker come back, male or female, and tries to romance you and tell you all this kind of shit, to remind you, don't do it, okay? Because they're gonna make the shit look like they're going to try to make you think they've changed, and they're not the same person anymore. That's why I repeat, and I'm adamant about it, because I don't want, number one, I don't want you to be blindsided. And number two, I want you to make sure you're using your discernment and you see through this fucker, and you know that they're playing around with you. Because why wait all this time? Look at how many months and weeks have passed by, and some of y'all years, that you haven't heard from this person, and then all of a sudden they're going to pop up when you with somebody else and you fucking happy. And the fact that somebody wants to pop up when you happy because they don't like the fact that you happy, or they don't want you to be with somebody else, come on. Don't tell me that there's not something wrong with that. Come on. Okay? So that's why I'm telling you, just wait and see what spirit has chosen for you before you start acting up and coming at me in the comments and saying all this crazy stuff. We don't have time for that. Like I said, you have free will at the end of the day. And if you feel like at the end of the day that you want to shoot yourself in the foot and you don't want to accept what spirit is offering you, that's your choice. But don't get mad and don't come and get crazy in the comments when your shit don't work out the way you want it to, because you are receiving help, but it's up to you to accept it. Okay? Like what they say, you can lead the horse to the water. but you can't make them drink. That's what Spirit is telling you. So see what Spirit has in store first. Stop talking about, oh, I don't want old, I don't want old, because you don't know who it is. For most of you, it's not even somebody you were romantically involved with. Do you honestly think? Come on now, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You know, I'm gonna talk to your ass today. Do you honestly think that after the garbage and the bullshit you went through with this twin, that Spirit will honestly try to put you back, even if it's somebody from the past that you had a romantic relationship with? Do you honestly think they would try to put you back with somebody who's gonna mistreat you and do all this shit after you went through this fucking mistreatment marathon with this other dude? I mean, with this other dude or other female. Think about that. That doesn't make any sense. Y'all, a lot of y'all been rocking with me for fucking years. A lot of you been rocking with me for months. Some of you been rocking with me for weeks. Some of y'all, it's your first reading that you're hearing from me. But you got to understand, my spiritual team is not about making somebody suffer. And that's what I feel like is going on with your spiritual teams as well. Because it's your spiritual team communicating with mine about what's going on with you. And so why would they do that? Think about that. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they have your best interest at heart? Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're not going to be here on this earth, Gemini, and not learn lessons. Because we all going to fucking learn lessons. And I told you, even when you get with your person, you still going to be learning lessons. Hell, you might even have to learn even more lessons, okay? Because then you have somebody there with you where you're both relying on each other and supporting each other through the lessons, okay? But you still gonna be learning stuff. I told you, you're gonna have the twin is gonna come back, whether you want them to come back or not. The other person's person is probably gonna come back, whether you want them to or not, because y'all both still have to show Spirit certain things, because this is the way it works. It's certain things that you have to go through so that you can move forward into the next phase, okay? But in order for you to get past this is about you making sound decisions. And one of those decisions is letting go of control and letting Spirit show you what is out there, what is available for you, and what type of treatment you truly deserve. Because like I said, if you could pick the right person, you wouldn't be here listening to me. Think about that, okay? All right, so let's move on. So when it comes to the energy between you and the new person, we have the Judgment card. This is Scorpio energy showing up again. Like I said, one of both of you have Scorpio placements. It's talking about, like I said, a second chance at love for the both of you. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, so when it comes to you, we've got the Dignity card here. This is like the Eight of Cups showing up. So it's like the two of you are mirroring, but you're mirroring in different placements. So your person's overall energy card for them is the Eight of Cups. Okay, how the energy they're sitting in right now, and for you, what is happening here with this second chance? You've walked. Spirit is saying you've already done your Eight of Cups. You've already walked away from the person that you were supposed to in order to have this second chance, and your new person, the soulmate, is in the they're in the process of doing it, or they've just done it, or they're about to do it with this Eight of Cups. Okay. All right. Okay. Then for your person, we have the Divine Feminine card. So this person knows that you are their counterpart. I told you that they have a lot of feelings for you. They have a lot of love for you. They're wanting to come forward towards you. They feel energetically that the two of you belong together. Okay. Then we have the Grounding card showing up here. This is talking about, this connection, this second chance, providing stability and security for you both, providing performance for you both, and providing growth and endurance for you both. And then let me say this. Got lots to say today. Spirit, let me tell you this. Those of you that keep, hemming and hawing about, oh, no past person, this and that, right? What if you say no to the person that comes towards you, right? And then you go back to picking people on your own, and then you go back into that same fucking roller coaster ride where you got people triggering you, mistreating you, doing this and doing that. Think about that. Think about that. Because see, that's what I'm saying. I understand you want to be in control of your shit, because I want to be in control of mine too. I'm a control freak just like y'all are. So let's not get it twisted. And I'm not finna sit here and lie to you. It is difficult, like a motherfucker, to let somebody else, okay, control an aspect of my life that I don't want somebody else to control. Okay. Because like I said, if I got anything to do with it, I don't want nothing controlling any aspect of my life. And I get it. So that's why I'm telling you, we here on that, Gemini. But I sat and thought about this, and having been through this situation, and like I said, I'm a little bit ahead of y'all. I'm like, why why wouldn't you try something new? It's like the insanity thing. Those of you who keep talking about, no, I'm like this and I'm that, and I'm like, but you haven't seen who it is yet. This woman is telling you on my damn phone that the person that came through from the past, her past, they weren't even romantically involved. And you see how she telling you that they together and that they happy, they good. So I'm telling you this because for those of you who are adamant, you got this stubborn thing going on where you're not trying to hear nothing other than what it is you want. Okay. I'm just telling you, this is just a damn PSA for you. Okay. You got some thinking to do, Gemini. Okay. Y'all air signs, y'all about the intellect and the thoughts. You really need to think about this in a logical manner. All right. Because if you haven't made sound decisions in the past when it came to relationships, right? I'm not saying you eventually in the future you won't have the capacity to do that, but I feel like if right now you were in the space to do that, or you knew how to look at the red flags and do all these things, if your discernment was on point the way it needs to be, then spirit would allow you to choose. But the fact that they're stepping in is telling you something about the fact that you may not be 100% ready to do that. And like I said, some of y'all, I feel like, are going to end up mad because you're going to shoot your damn self in the foot, or you're going to cut your nose off to spite your face. And you're going to realize that you're not where you think you are. It's almost like a little kid. You know how like when little kids start to get older, and they're like, they don't want you to feed them. They don't want you to do certain things for them because they like, I'm getting older now. I can do it on my own or whatever, right? And then they try to do whatever it is they really believe they can do, and then they end up coming back to their parent and like, can you help me, or something like that, because they realize that they're not as grown as they think they are. And I feel like that's what this situation is for some of you. I'm not talking about all of you. I'm feeling like some of you, because I feel like some of you get the message. You're getting the memo. You understand the assignment, and you're, doing what you need to do. Okay? Because like I said, if you are still in the process of healing, if you still mad and you still bitter, because some of y'all, when y'all coming in them comments talk about you ain't messing with nobody in the past, you sound bitter. You sound like you still angry at some of these people from the past. And if you still angry at some of these people in the past, Gemini, that means you haven't forgiven them. That means you have not healed it. So that is why Spirit is stepping in, because they know that all of us aren't where we need to be in order to pick a sound person to be in a relationship with. Okay? Because these people out here, the twin showed you that, right? That people can wear masks. Look, this is what fell out of the deck. People can wear masks and hide the fucking truth and not tell you what's really going on until it's too fucking late, until you in too deep to not get fucking hurt. Okay, you can always walk away from somebody, but once you done caught feelings for them, it's even more difficult to walk away from them. You know that, especially for those of you who are not emotionally led. It's harder because if you let somebody in that much and they got there that much, and you normally logically minded, y'all know y'all the ones that hold on harder and tighter than even the emotional signs like me, because somebody was able to get in. And I feel like, I'm not saying that you shut yourself down and you don't let anybody in at all. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if somebody has gotten to that point to where they're able to access your emotions, or you're able to start to feel emotionally about them, they've gotten in fucking deep. That's what I'm saying. And so spirit is trying to stop this from happening because it's just a vicious cycle. It's like you letting in the wrong people and you're getting fucking hurt and you're shutting down. You're letting in the wrong people, you're getting hurt and you're fucking shutting down. And spirit is trying to stop it. They're trying to stop it. Because at the end of the day, I told you, like I told you earlier, spirit is not trying to get you to, not trying to control every aspect of your life or trying to get you to turn away from what what you think is right and all that kind of stuff. They're trying to show you the way to the healthy relationship because we don't know the way. Because if we fucking knew, we'd fucking already be there. Think about that. So I like I said, I had to beat that drum because I had to let some of y'all know, because some of that stuff, the way y'all be coming in the comments and stuff like that, no, nobody from the past, no. And I'm like, but you don't know who it is. I didn't tell you it was gonna be your person, somebody that you dated from the past. I said for some of you it could be coming in as new energy, but I didn't show you somebody and say this is who it is. I gave you several different ideas of who it could possibly be. That's what I did. And so you're assuming that it's going to be somebody with whom you had a bad time with, but that's not necessarily the case. So all I'm saying is keep an open mind and see who the fuck it is first before you start before you pick up the gun or you start stabbing or you start cussing or whatever it is that you cussing. Is it that motherfucker that did this and did this and did that? Let it go. Let it go, Gemini. Let it go. You got to heal that. You got to heal that. The fact that you coming out like that, you got to heal it. Because like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there's people from my past, because I don't want to be with anybody from my past either. But I'm not angry about it. I'm just like, if it's one of those people, and I know it's not. I know it's not, because I don't know. I just know intuitively that it's not. I know who it is because I know who my person is. But anyway, even before then, if it had been somebody from the past, I would have been like, thanks, but no thanks or whatever, after seeing how they would act. Okay. But like I said, you just can't shut that down and just be like, oh no, because the past doesn't always mean past romantic. It could just mean the past, somebody you fucking knew in the past. And I'm like, you can't tell me, Gemini, that every friendship you've ever had has been horrible. You can't tell me everything you've been in with every person in this lifetime has been bad. Okay? So like I said, it could just be that very person that you don't even think. That could be who it is you end up with. Or who ends up coming towards you. Let me say that. But all I'm saying is just keep an open mind. Let the person come towards you first and then decide what you want to do. Okay? And then don't get mad at me, because I'm just giving you the message that spirit is giving you. Okay? And so I'm telling you this because I don't want you to shoot yourself in the damn foot and then you go off somewhere and then be like, damn, I really should have tried to give that person a chance, because 9 times out of 10, it's probably not somebody you were romantically involved with, unless maybe it was something where it didn't come to anything. Or because I don't honestly think somebody that really hurt you badly, I don't think that spirit will put you back with somebody like that, because it's 8 billion people on the planet. You don't think spirit can't find somebody else? Okay, so let's move forward. So like I said, we got this card came out. I don't know why I picked up this deck and why this card fell out, but we've got hiding the truth here. Okay. I feel like, again, this is a double thing where, we know the twin hides the truth, doesn't tell you the truth. I feel like, this new person is doing the same thing because it's not time for them to come in yet. When it's time for them to come in, you're going to find out. Okay. And stop trying to look for who it is. Some of y'all are like, oh, I'm looking for this person. You're not supposed to look for them. They supposed to pop up when it's time for you to pop up. Like my person, I know who my person is because spirit showed me my person. I didn't go looking for him. They showed me when it was time for me to know. And the reason why they do this is because you trying to interject your stuff into the stuff, you could mess something up. So that's why I said, just take your hands off the wheel, Gemini. Leave it alone. Let spirit do what spirit does. Spirit is your spiritual team for a reason. So let's give them a little trust, okay? Like I said, if you trust in yourself in the past and it hadn't worked out all this time, now it's time to put a little trust in spirit and let spirit do it, okay? All right. Anyway, when it comes to the outcome, we got the Five of Wands showing up here. It's talking about conflict and competition. I feel like, for some of you, you may have more than one option. It may be the soulmate. Some of you may have a lot of different people come at you, but this is about you using your discernment and realizing who the person is that treats you the best, that makes you feel the best, that is giving you all the feels, and just like I said, treating you the way you deserve to be treated, or the way you've always wanted to be treated. Because we know the twin's going to be one. We know the soulmate's going to be in there too. And I feel like the soulmate is going to stand out among all the other people. And then you might have some people that want to come in here, and that's what I hear in my head: hit it and quit it. You may find some people that may find you attractive and want to just lay with you, okay, and not have a actual relationship with you. So that's part of the reason you need to use discernment as well, because you don't want to go back through that again. Because I feel like most of you that watch this channel, you're looking for an actual relationship. And so in order to do that, that's why spirit is telling you to go slow. Because a lot of times when you go fast, you put the cart before the horse. You done fell in the bed with this person, and you don't know their middle name, you don't know their fucking favorite color. Okay. And I'm saying all of this to say that is what going slow is about getting to know the person, like their essence and their soul and their personality, and not just what kind of moves they got in the bed. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. This reading is cracking me up. Okay. Okay, so we've got the isolated card showing here. This, I feel like, is you. I told you, that's what I keep getting. You shut yourself down. You really not trying to deal with nobody, is what I feel like. I feel like, a lot of you may just be waiting on this soulmate to show up, okay? Then we've got the self-deception card showing up here. Let me see what this is about. Hold on. Self-deception, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got, to clarify, the self-deception card, soul mirroring, exposing and revealing it all, and then setting clear boundaries. Okay, so hold on. Self-deception. Yeah, I feel like this is the twin here, showing up and just still sitting in that energy of not wanting to come to Jesus and tell you how they feel, but I feel like they're going to pop up. That's why they're showing up here in this under this conflict and competition card here, because they're going to be one of the people that come towards you. But like I said, you have to ask yourself, why the fuck you wait all this time and then you wait until I'm with somebody? You done had ample chances to come and try to rectify the situation, take responsibility, so on and so forth. But you wait until, I'm down the damn street with the new person, and then you want to come in and try to fix shit. So for your person, the new person, we've got the patience card. So spirit is telling you both. I feel like this new person, I told you, they are like a boss. So this person is very good. They're very skilled at being patient. Okay. Because if they weren't, I'm pretty sure they would have probably tried to show their face by now, or show you their hand by now, if the time is not right for the two of you to be together. Okay. So this soulmate is very patient, and I feel like this is spirit telling you need to mirror this energy and be patient as well. Because like I said, if you in the comments screaming and hollering about somebody from the past, you have not forgiven that person. You have not healed that. And remember, I always tell you, when you keep telling me about these old people and stuff like that, and you coming hard and strong in the comments, that's telling me you ain't healed it. You have not fully healed it, because Think about when you hear me talk about talk about my twin. Do you hear me getting wild? Do you hear me? Oh, that motherfucker! Wow! Do you hear me talking about them like that? No, because I've healed it. I don't have those types of feelings for them anymore, and I've forgiven them for what they did. Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and say sometimes spirit tells me something about the person, and I'm not like, oh, that's crazy, right? But you'll never hear me, oh, that motherfucker, wah, because I've I've dealt with it. Okay. And so if you still coming out in that energy about anybody, Gemini, you need to fucking heal it. Let's be honest. You need to heal it. Okay. And when you wondering where your person is and why they haven't shown their face yet, ask yourself, are you holding on to any residual anger about anybody from the past? It don't just have to be the twin, it could be anybody. And if the answer is yes, that's something else you need to work on. Okay? All right. So now we're going to get some messages from Spirit, see what Spirit wants to tell you. I don't know what it is about me being here. I'm in Las Vegas, and every one of the damn readings I do, I was like, oh, it's only going to be like 20, 30 minutes. We at over 46 minutes now. Because I guess Spirit is like, you just need to take your time and talk to these people. I guess they just saying it's some stuff they want to tell you. And so, we got to talk about it. Okay, so we got fate. This is a destined partnership, okay? Then we've got here and now. It says your true love is already part of your life. Because let me tell you this. Let's talk about this fate card. Spirit is saying, look what it says. It says this is a destined partnership. So what this means is this person is coming in, no matter if it's somebody that you were in a romantic relationship with in the past, whoever this person is, okay? Or if it's just somebody you knew from the past, or if it's somebody old that you knew from the past but you weren't in a relationship with, or if it's a new soulmate. Spirit is letting you know with the fate card that this is destined. This person is coming whether you like it or not. So that's why I tell you, just keep an open mind. Just because you allow somebody to come towards you, it doesn't mean you gotta marry them. It don't mean you gotta have kids. It don't mean none of that stuff. All it means is that you are just trying to see who it is, and then you make your decision accordingly. Okay? But like I said, you gotta heal whatever that stuff is in the past, where you're angry and you're bitter and because like I said, them comments y'all be putting in the thing. I know I keep talking about comments, but there's a reason why I'm telling you about them, because y'all don't understand. I'm an empath just like y'all are, and I can feel the energy coming off of what you writing, just like you talking to me. So that's why I'm saying I can tell the people who need to fucking heal just by what they fucking tell me in the comments. I can just tell you, because just like I told you, some of y'all know I can touch a card and I can feel if it's a card about pain or a card about love or a card about whatever. I can touch it and feel it and tell you what's going on. It's the same thing with them comments. When I read them, I know where you are in your journey. Okay? All right. So we've got the support card coming up. Spirit is saying lean on your inner circle during this time. So your friends and stuff like that, like I said, you don't have to tell them the whole story. Just tell them enough for them, to get their support if that's what you need. All right. Then we've got a second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. Okay. And we're not talking about, your love life. We're not talking about the relationship with the twin. Okay. Because Spirit is not recommending nothing like that at all. All right. Okay. So let's get some messages. Let's get some messages from the new person and see what they say. Because I told you I'm not entertaining the old person unless they come up in the cards. If it's something about them in the cards, I am going to tell you what it is, because it's coming up, because somebody in the collective has to hear it. Okay, so we've got, I'm ready to commit to you 100%. I'm ready. I don't want to fight this anymore. Okay, so I feel like, this person, the new person, is fighting, like trying to hold themselves back, because I told you, they in love with you. And so imagine that somebody in love with you. Imagine how you felt when you was in love with a twin and you wanted to tell them how you felt. And it was like up here, you felt like it was strangling you, and you just needed to tell them how you felt. It's the same thing with this new person. Okay, we've got, don't ever forget that I love you. All right. Let's move to these other cards here. I hear that. What is that song? I don't know who sang that song. I can't fight this feeling anymore. Oh gosh. It goes da 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 da. I don't remember who it. Oh, it's an old song. That's what I hear. That's what I hear in my head. Clear as day. Okay, so it says our union is inevitable. Again, Spirit is telling you this person is coming, whether you want them to come or not. Okay, so if you want to run, I mean, it's your thing. You know what I hear? What I hear too. Spirit is funny. I hear if you want to ride the white horse. Spirit be cracking me up. Okay, you got. I take you with me wherever I go. Okay. You deserve to have me at my absolute best, okay? And they deserve to have you at your absolute best, okay? You got somebody who wants to, I hear, bend over backwards to be the best person they can be. So that's why I tell you, get rid of all that bitter shit. Get rid of all that fucking shit. Yeah, people did shit. Yeah, it was fucked up. No, you didn't deserve it. But it was a lesson. Take the lesson as a blessing and move forward. Know that if you heal it and you take your lesson with you, you won't ever have to learn the lesson again. Okay? All right. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so we've got hopeful. It says, I know we will be together again. I hope we can put the past and the bad times behind us and start again. I know that I'm asking a lot of you, but I hope you can forgive the error of my ways. I acted so immaturely. Oh, this the twin. I acted so immaturely. Oh, that's the twin. I don't know how that got in there. Okay, then we got expectation. It says, I want to be all that you want me to be. I don't want to disappoint you. I know that you have a lot of expectation from me, and I'm trying to stand for that. But at times I feel so far away from that, and I'm afraid to let you down or disappoint you. So, like I said, this new person, you know, that's what I hear, kind of like walking on eggshells a little bit because they're not wanting to mess this up. Like I said, for them, you're the one for them. And just like when you meet the one for you, you don't want to mess it up. When you see a good thing, you're not wanting to fuck it up. Okay? All right. Let me get a trying to think what else. I'll get some hidden truth oracle cards here. Okay, so we've got I find you so attractive. Then we have I'm becoming a better person. Okay, this person says they can be themselves with you and they want you. Okay, all right, so let's get an oracle card before you go. See what Spirit wants to tell you. But like I said, just keep an open mind, Gemini. Just because you keeping an open mind don't mean you opening yourself up to just let anybody come in and stomp all on you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying see who it is, because you may be pleasantly surprised. If it's somebody that comes back from your past, you may be pleasantly surprised. Like I said, Spirit is not going to put you, because if Spirit was going to put you through something that where you were going to be hurt and messed up again, they would just let you go back to the twin. They wouldn't have told you nothing about the twin, and they would just let you sit there and let you go over and over again until you decided to get up and walk away from your person. Okay, or walk away from the twin. Okay. All right, so we've got children. It says children are a significant factor in your love life. This may signify the desire for them or someone's inner child needing attention. Okay, so I'm telling y'all, some of y'all got to heal. Y'all still got some stuff to heal. Then we have best part. If life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. So like I said, this is going to be somebody that's very inspirational to you. You're going to be very inspirational to them. So just give it a chance. Like I said, Spirit knows better than us, because Spirit can see shit we can't fucking see. All right? Because think about it. Everybody done had a situation, Gemini, where Spirit told you, like I told you with me, with the twin, they told me my twin was going to be acting up and fucked up and I was going to be left out in the cold. They told me all of this shit before I went into it. And I was like, no, I was like, okay, I hear what y'all saying, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes people can surprise you. But in this case, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. He did everything they said he was going to do. So I can't be mad at Spirit, because the Spirit told me the damn truth. So think about that. Think about that. We've all had situations like that where Spirit has tried to tell us the right way to go and we didn't listen. So why would you think that in this case Spirit would try to steer you wrong? Okay. All right, Gemini, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Gemini.